Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube. This is London-esque. Actually, no, this is not London-esque. This is London Elaine, and my name of my channel is London-esque 01. You can use that to follow me on Snapchat. You can Google me. You can follow me on Instagram. And please, by all means, subscribe to this channel. Why am I sitting like I have a waist trainer on? I don't have my waist trainer on today, y'all. But, whew, I don't know. Oh, I'm sitting on something because I'm like super short, and if I don't sit on, I'm sitting on a box of gummy bears. I'm sitting on a box of gummy bears right now because I'm too short. And if I don't, you won't see anything, or the camera angle would be fucked up. Anyway, so I have been getting a lot of questions still on how and why I chose to move abroad, specifically why I chose Germany. So I am going to talk about that today. All right, once upon a time. Oh, no, that's not the right way to start that. All right, picture it, Detroit, 2005. No, I chose Germany because, well, number one, I'm not super patriotic. I've never been like a super big fan of like America is just number one. Like something about somewhere between my first Christopher Columbus class discussion and me going to CAU kind of just fucked that up for me as a black woman. So I've never been super patriotic as far as America is concerned. Don't get me wrong, I love being American. I do like the country, but it's I want to experience something else. People always ask me when I was like, I want to move, and they're like, I don't know why you want to move to this. Cause bitch, I just want to be black somewhere else, okay? Like I understand what it means to be black in America. I fucking get it, okay? I just want to experience somewhere else, and I think that kind of came from when I realized that not every black person has the same story, and I got that when I met foreign exchange students at CAU who were black, and they were just looking like, y'all be on one at the Black America, like, why is it like this? Why is it like that? You know, the entertainment and all that is nice and fun, but when it comes down to politics and just culture and values and certain things like that, y'all are just like shocking. So I'm just like, well, what kind of, how is it where you from? And you get to talking to different people, Afro-Europeans, Africans, and true Caribbean people. My granddad is Trinidadian descent. So when you get to talking to black people from different places, which is why I'm so happy for my HBCU experience, you definitely you want to travel more. And then I talked to people who did study abroad, and when they did come back to live in America, they was on a whole different fucking wave. And it's just like, I'm trying to get some of that. So I chose Germany because I was always obsessed with the Anne Frank story. I love that book. I love that movie. I know that it's a real happening. Before y'all get in my comments saying I sound ignorant, no. I just love the telling of her story. And I do understand that it was not only just her, that her sister Margot had a diary too, and then a whole bunch of other Jewish girls that went through the same thing, but she was the only one that I knew of at the time. I was only like 9 or 10, and I love the story. I love the accent, and I actually found like a book with the original language, and then that's how I got interested into learning. What did she speak? She didn't speak German. I think she did speak German, but it was something else because she was from the Netherlands. She lived in the Netherlands or something like that. Then my cousin went to Germany to visit her uncle. She came back and she was like, they eat mayo on the fries like you do. And, it's like this over there and it's like that over there. The houses are big and pretty as castles, like real life castles. And, the people are this. And she showed me the money and how different it looked. And she showed me like some different music, like German R&B and things like that. And like German black people. And she just opened my eyes to like, this was before CAU, obviously, because I was only like 9 or 10. And I'm just like, I really want to go. Then when I did get to CAU, and it just sparked up. Like, Germany was just always in the back of my mind. Like, it's just a place that I want to go to. But CAU then offered a study abroad program there. And then I ended up changing to Georgia State. And then by the time I got to Georgia State, I was just being a strong, independent black woman who ain't need no motherfucking man. And that shit got old and tired real quick. But I had 3 jobs. I had the car, then I had got another car, and then I had my apartments. And it was just like, you know what? When I was living by myself, I made a decision to get another roommate again. And I'm like, I'm going to save my money and I'm going to go to Germany. I ended up doing that, but after my weight loss, the whole stomach thing, you know, the lipo videos, this is I'm catching you up. This is around that time all that happened. So originally the lipo money was supposed to be me going to Germany for longer than what I did money. For the vacation, because I'm here now. But for the vacation in 2000, for my 24th birthday. So I found a job, got fired from that motherfucker, and then I was like, you know what? No, I'm still gonna get my lipo because my stomach is sitting in my lap. I can't see my vagina. It's just horrible. So I ended up just getting the one area done and not all the areas that I wanted to get done. So I saved money, found a job in March. It was just a little cashier job at a supermarket. And when I got my income tax, I didn't even think about it. As soon as it deposited, I went and bought a ticket to Germany. Didn't even think about it. The day that I got fired, actually, I was so fucking tired of hearing no and having false yeses that I'm like, it's just time for me to go. Whether I leave Atlanta and go back to Detroit or wherever the fuck it is, it's just time for me to go. I have to go. So that day, the next day, I went and got my passport. The day after I got fired, I spent hella bread because I was getting passports, getting lipo and everything. Fired, mind you, unemployed. But something just told me to do all this. It said it was right. Just do it. Don't think so much. Just do it. So June, July came around. The trip was scheduled in August, and I ended up canceling it. And my friends was like, why the fuck would you do that? And I'm like, because it's not a priority right now. I got bills to stand third. And they was just like, no, go on the trip. One lent me the money to, actually, no, she gave me that money to reinstate the ticket that I had canceled. I think it was like $60. And then another one paid my phone bill for me. My mama paid my rent while I was gone. It was only one person that was just like, yeah, bills a priority. You might not want to do that Germany trip. This. And I'm just like, yeah, you right. No. Worst fucking advice I could ever had gotten in my life. No. I'm so happy I went on that Germany trip because like I said, the whole year after my lipo, all I heard was no. Every job I applied to, no. Every relationship I was in, not relationship, but everybody that I met or something like that, it was just a no. Every situation was just a no. And it was getting to the point where I was just tired of fucking, almost to the point I was tired of waking the fuck up. Like, that's how depressing it was getting. And I'm like, I don't know if it's Atlanta or if it's me or what it is, but I'm ready to go. So I went on a trip for my birthday. That video is somewhere in my video list. It's probably in my German playlist. I'll put a card up here for y'all so y'all can get the link to that video. I was so hungover when I made that video. But I knew when I landed, like, the hardest part about moving abroad and going to a different culture, different countries with different languages, different people, is deciding to go. That is the hardest part. Because once you realize that you are willingly putting yourself in a situation to get uncomfortable, you get kind of scared. But you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. So I was on a plane and I went, had an amazing time, came back, and I was just like, everything was just yes from there. Ended up finding the job that I wanted, making $14 an hour, which was pretty decent for me, coming from $10 an hour. And it was at my school, but it was at the campus that was literally 30-minute walk down the street from my apartment at the time. And I worked that in this Sprouts Market, and I was like, you know what? I'm moving to Germany in 2019. I went, I done all my research. I like the politics there. I like the culture there. I know the language enough that I could build on and be super efficient in. I'm going to fucking move there in 2019, and that's what I'm going to dedicate 2018 for. Didn't even make it. Didn't even make it to dedicate in 2018 to nothing before I went on my GSU website and found the study abroad experience. And it's funny because Germany is not one of the places that's always promoted when doing study abroad. It's always places like France, China, Japan, things like that. So when I found this application and I found it 2 days before and I applied and I got accepted into that bitch, you best to believe I was around here going crazy. I cut out everything. I didn't have a car because I never replaced my car from the accident that I had got into in 2016. I did not have cable. I did not have internet. I used my apartment's internet and my T-Mobile hotspot. I cut out buying hair for a while. I cut out going out to eat unless I was on a date. If y'all weren't paying for it, I wasn't fucking going. All that going out type thing, I didn't do all that. The only thing I started spending money on was my pants, things that I felt like I wasn't gonna get while I was over there that I could take. I bought the plane ticket and I just was saving my money. I was looking at YouTube videos to see about the residency, see about things, and making sure all my shit was in a row. One thing I can say is that if you plan to move abroad, is that you just gonna have to do it. And it's anything in life. If you waiting for you to have all your ducks in a row, you're never gonna have them in a row, and you never gonna make that move that you needed to make. So that's my little gem for y'all right there. If it's something that you want to do, just fucking do it. The idea came to you for a reason. You need to find out why. Let's see. What else? I think that's pretty much it as far as how I ended up here. Oh, my main motivator though was I had to leave Atlanta because I was just tired of living in the South. I'm not a Southern girl by any means, and I'm just like, I'm either gonna go back to Detroit or something, go to Chicago. I don't know. I gotta get the fuck up from down here. I know that. But then when I really sat and thought about it, I'm like, you really don't want it. If you do leave Atlanta, go back to Detroit, because it wouldn't be no point moving to another state, because it's gonna be the same thing in 2-3 years. You're gonna get fed up with the same shit, it's always gonna be the same. So just try something completely, totally new. That way, when you do get fed up, at least you fed up 6-7 years down the line, not 2-3 years into it. I keep saying the thing that made me think about it the most though was just me thinking about me raising the family. Do I really want to raise my family in America? And I just said no. I feel like as a 24-year-old single, non-kid having woman, it has been a fucking struggle enough just to do simple things like go to the grocery store and buy decent fucking food and, study and have a job and shit at the same time. Like, everything is always a fucking struggle. And I'm just like, just to think, like, what if I have a son and I have to raise a black man in America? It's so much shit that has to go behind just me doing that. Healthcare is fucking atrocious. So I'm just like, no. Finding a job where you don't have to deal with office political bullshit or racism or anything is fucking hard. It's just like, no, I don't want to live here. I don't want to live here right now. This could change. I'm not saying that all these other countries, like my top 3 countries, I'm not saying that they perfect. I'm not saying none of that. What I am saying is I wanted to try something different, because being in America, especially right now, is just a little bit too much. Sometimes, like, it just gets to be too much. Everything is a fucking political statement. I feel like when you are a person of color, like, you can't, if you wear your hair a certain way or if you say a certain thing, everybody's so sensitive to everything. Nobody wants to talk about nothing, but everybody wants to get fucking offended. You can't, like, it's just too much. I can't. It's just too much. So that was my ultimate motivator right there. Like, do you really want to sit here for 10? If you look up in 10 years, what is it in this country that you would have want to do? I didn't want to live in none of the quote unquote, I didn't want to live to work to live in Buckhead or nothing like that. I partied in Buckhead and spent a lot of people's houses in Buckhead, dated people who lived in Buckhead, and it's just like, I have nothing to aspire to for right now, right here, right now. So that's basically my whole mindset of how I came to move, how I decided to uproot myself from everything that I have ever known and just throw myself to the wolves. Like, that's pretty much how that went. So hopefully this story inspired you guys. If you disagreed with something that I said, you can comment or whatever. If you agree, or if you got any more questions on specific tips as far as moving from one country to the other, please comment below. Once again, thank you guys for watching. I'm so happy I made this under 15 minutes. But definitely subscribe and follow my Snapchat and Instagram, and I will see you guys later.